What's going on, guys? Troy at Mountain Man Treasure. Time to take a look at what's sold out of the eBay store.
Mountain Man
Treasures.
Welcome into the channel, guys. My name is Troy. I am a part-time reseller. Work at the radio station in the morning, and then in the afternoons, evenings, weekends, I go out and try to find things to flip for profit on eBay. And we've been doing this for several years now. The YouTube channel's a little more than a year old and still growing. So for the new subscribers, thank you so much for joining us. And for the ones that have been there since the single and double-digit subscriber number, Chris, the Cajun Reseller, one of those. He's been around for a long time. Go check out his channel. He's fantastic. If you want to know about plush and toys and that sort of thing, he's your guy. But I appreciate you stopping by. We're going to run through and look at the things that I've been selling. If you've been watching videos lately, you've been seeing I've been selling a lot of Barbies. Well, good news for those of you that are getting tired of seeing Barbies. I'm pretty much out of them. I think we got about a half dozen left. I've got, I think, 3 listed on Mercari, and like most things I put on Mercari, they get a whole bunch of likes, and they just got a whole bunch of likes. That's it. So I think I'm going to take them off of there and put them back on eBay. We'll see what happens if I do that. Hopefully those will move. I do have one at auction. It's at $149.99 right now. It'll end in a few days. And that I'm hoping goes for about $200, $225. By the end of it all, we're looking at about $2,000 profit. We dropped $1,000 in 3 separate trips to the same place picking up Barbies. But we tripled our money. So super thrilled about that. I may be getting back there next week. So we may be adding some more dolls to the list, but right now we're pretty low on them. We just have a few left, which is a good thing because they sold through really, really fast. There are a few on the list here, but there's other stuff randomly mixed in as well. And I haven't been able to list a lot this week, and I think the sales reflect that. When you list a lot, you're going to sell more. It's just how it works. So I'm not particularly surprised that this has been a little bit of a slower week for me, but I'm hoping things will pick up. We do actually have an auction ending tonight, an item that I picked up from Josh at Harry Tornado. That thing is finishing tonight, so that will sell. We've got back here, we've got Farrah Fawcett. She's going to end the auction on that. I mean, we've got some sales upcoming through auctions. And I do have a box of stuff coming from Brian, Mr. Buys a Lot. I have several things coming from him. That ought to show up in the next few days. So that's some cool stuff to get listed. We've also got some stuff coming from Rally Roots. I got a package of vintage t-shirts coming from them, and I am super excited. It's supposed to show up today. And so maybe we'll do a short video and show you guys what showed up tomorrow. And that'll just be the video tomorrow, is just a look at those tees. It'll be a real short video, but pretty cool. I'm very excited. No idea what's going to be in there, but I know Ryan is going to treat me right. I know he's going to put some good stuff in there, and he's already, we were chatting back and forth a little bit, and he said, you know, reach out if you need any help. So I'll probably be reaching out to him because I've sold vintage stuff, but I'm not super well versed in the high-end vintage t-shirts. So we've sold some rock shirts. We've sold some vintage shirts. There's a shirt here in this list that's a good flip, but it's not the super high-end stuff that we're going to be looking at when we get the stuff from Ryan. And I'm excited. It'll be good. So let's jump into it before I keep rambling here. Let's jump into what sold. And the first thing, these Funko Pops. These are from Fortnite. They're not super valuable. They've been hanging around for quite a while. And one thing that's interesting is I had a buyer reach out to me and be very proactive. I know I've talked on Instagram and various places, you know, sort of annoyed at eBay how they allow people to accept offers and then just sit there and never pay. This person was proactive about it, and I loved it. They sent me a message and said, hey, I'd love to buy these for my son's birthday. I get paid on Tuesday. Can I wait? You know, can I pay you then? And so I let them know, look, I'll send you an offer. I'll take 5% off because I appreciated them doing that. So I sent them an offer, took 5% off and said, you know what, you get 2 days, it'll open a case, but then you got 4 more days. I appreciate you letting me know. So you've got those 6 days in order to pay, and I know it's coming. They even sent me a message a couple days later, said, you know, I'm working on it, it's coming. And then the next day they paid. I love that. I mean, that's fantastic. I'm going to take care of my customers that are proactive with that sort of issue. So those have been sent out, and I hope her son enjoys that for his birthday. I think that's a cool thing, and appreciated them reaching out and letting me know, so it wasn't just hanging out there. The next thing that we sold is this PGX Pine Meadow putter head cover. This one of the free head covers we picked up from the golf course, and it sold for $9.97, free shipping. Not a lot of profit, but I'm nothing into it, right? Same thing with this next head cover. This one, tailor-made Kalea 7-iron head cover. This one, not super valuable, $6.99, free shipping. But again, it was free. You throw it into a mailer and drop it in the mail, and you get a couple bucks. I mean, there's almost no work involved. Those head covers, if you can get them for a great price, or in this case, free, they're good little money makers. They're super easy to list and ship, so keep an eye out for those things. This thing from Josh, Harry Tornado, actually, from a box I got from him, this Orbit Beehive. It's a Bluetooth-enabled hose faucet timer. I don't know. It's new open box. Cut somebody a deal on it, $19.42 plus shipping. I could have gotten a little more if I had held out, but I thought, you know what? Let's just turn it around fast. And so that's what we did. This Pampered Chef Stone. This one, I was okay not turning it around fast. I priced it high. This might be one of the highest sold comps of this, but it's not super common. There's a handful of them always out there, but not a ton. And this one was new. I picked it up for, I think it was $5 at the church thrift, and just priced it high. It doesn't take up much room to store, so I just set it up on the shelf and I waited, and eventually somebody picked it up. $36.84 plus shipping. Something that lasted for a very long time, this firefighter helmet. I picked this up, I think, 2 summers ago. $28.63 plus shipping. That was an offer that I sent out. Vintage firefighter stuff will sell, and will sell well, much better than this. This was pretty beat up, had a crack in it. You know, it wasn't great. I picked it up from a garage sale for, it was like $3, I think, is what I got this for. I thought it would be a little better than what it was, but vintage firefighter stuff, especially the helmets, if you can find them and they're in good condition, they will sell them, some of them, for very high dollar. You just got to be careful, be sure of what you get. This vintage Daredevil comic, this going out actually to Brandon, a viewer of the channel. He sent me an offer, and it wasn't quite high enough because it was free shipping, so I countered and said, how about $7 with the free shipping? And he took that. So this, a cool comic. It's with Kingpin. I've got some vintage Daredevil stuff listed. I've got some more to list. And I actually put a couple of small lots up on our merch store. The link is down below. So if you're interested in comics or Daredevil, a few of those are up. And actually, I put a couple of boxes of hats up there as well. Just good bread and butter type stuff. We're going to start putting some reseller boxes on there as I can build those. I've got one that I'm planning to put together, sort of a sports memorabilia type lot. We'll see how, if I can pick up enough stuff where I think that makes a good lot for somebody. That's going to be in there here, hopefully in the coming days. But check down there and see if there's anything you're interested in. And I'm going to continue to put more things on there. We'll see if Brandon, I don't want to just gloss over that. Thank you so much. He said he watches the videos, loves them. And so, man, I sure appreciate your purchase. That's a really cool thing. I'm always very humbled when viewers come in and buy stuff. I think it's a special thing. So thank you very much for doing that. This Young Ahmed DVD, got this from the church thrift as well. Not a big seller, but this is all profit, $6.49 plus shipping. This set of vintage Winnie the Pooh Valentine's Day cards. The box was a little bit trashed, but it was still sealed. And so they had the cards, the envelopes, everything in there. Really, really neat. Picked this up at a garage sale for probably $1 or something a while back. It's been sitting around, but obviously it's the time for Valentine's. And so this sold for $10.65, free shipping. Something that was also a very small sale, some Jake Fromm base cards. These are his rookie cards, $5.69, free shipping. And then we're into the Barbies a little bit. I sold another Cruella de Vil, again, to France. I think we've sold 3 of them now to France. I've got one left. This sold for 55.99 euros. After fees, after shipping, our net profit on this is right about $38. So I'm good with that. Denim mini skirt. This, a bread and butter thing. I picked this up at garage sales. These little denim jean skirts and the short shorts, the booty shorts. You can usually get those pretty cheap at garage sales. They don't flip fast. I mean, they're definitely slow, but I've got a bin where I just throw them in there. It's a very quick thing to list, very easy thing to ship out, and a lot of times they'll sell for 10 or 15 bucks. This one had been sitting for a while, so I sent an offer to somebody, and $9.48, free shipping, and you make a couple easy bucks. Another Barbie, cool blue Barbie, this 1909 plus shipping. That I think also an offer that I sent out. Then a good Barbie here, Jude Devereaux. This is diving into the, as my mother calls them, the corset rippers. These are the romance novels. They made a special edition Barbie for this. And Jude Devereaux is somebody that writes a whole bunch of those Fabio type books. This one is pretty highly sought after. And so I listed this pretty high, and it sold pretty high. Again, this one went to France for 98.55 euros. It's like 120 bucks. Once you take out international shipping, once you take out eBay fees, PayPal fees, and this one, again, through Web Interpret, so I have to pay 5% there. But take all that out. I get 82% of the sale minus my shipping costs. So we end up making about 80 bucks off of that Barbie. So that pretty good. Tropical Splash Skipper. This one going to Germany for 34 euros. Then we had another viewer sale, and Jay has bought stuff from us before. As I recall, Jay, you are Seattle fans trapped in Texas. And so I didn't realize I had a watcher on this hat, and I sent out an offer, and it was Jay. So I appreciate that. $15.90. This one going down to Texas. I think it already made it there. So Jay, I hope you like the hat. And thank you once again for supporting me and for supporting my family through making purchases in the store. That's really, really cool. 888 lots. This a pet product lot that I picked up. Stuff is still selling out of that. It's lower dollar stuff now, but it's 100% profit. This flea and tick collar went for $11 free shipping. Jamaican Barbie sold. I think this was the fourth and final of the Jamaican Barbies that I had, and it sold for $18.75. This one actually staying in the U.S., going to Delaware. Interestingly, I sold a fair number of these things to Delaware. I did notice this and several other buyers had like a Russian or at least Eastern European, sounding name. So I don't know, but it seems these Barbies have an international flavor. But for whatever reason, some of them like to go to Delaware. So we sold Jamaican Barbie for $18.75 plus shipping. Then these things have been sitting around for a while. I got them for free. So I sent an offer, they countered, we bounced back and forth, and eventually settled at $15 free shipping, which might not sound like a great number, especially when we're talking something that needs to be packaged like these. These are vintage Fire King ovenware carnation tea, coffee cups. It wasn't too bad, because these are very, very light. It came in a little over a pound when I packed it up, and it was only going to California. So the shipping was like $7 or $8, and so I still make an okay profit on something that I had just sitting around and that was free. So I was okay with that. Moving on, this Super Bowl 31 Green Bay Packers hat, really cool hat, sold for $16.39. Free shipping. These Nike Zoom Rise shoes, this also came off an offer that I sent out. I sent an offer, and they countered with price and said, hey, this would be $50 with shipping without figuring in tax. So they're saying, hey, I'm paying $50 for these all in. I was good with that. I picked these up for $5.99 at Goodwill, and they sold for $32.80 plus shipping. This was the shirt that I had mentioned. This is a cool Boston Celtics t-shirt from the 80s, single stitch. I paid $1.99 for this at Goodwill, and it sold for $33.49 plus first class shipping. Then I sold a Dwight Funko Pop, Dwight from The Office. This was a cool one. It was a retail arbitrage grab, and it sold for $16.38 free shipping. It had been sitting around for a very long time. Glad to see that one move out of the Funko Pop bin. And then this one, this has been sitting for quite a while. I picked up from a guy at a garage sale, half dozen different Barnum's Animal Crackers boxes, tins, that sort of thing. He had all sorts of different advertising things. He charged me $1 a piece for them. We're already into the profit on the purchase, but these sat around for a little while. I had them priced a little high because they were still new and sealed from 2002, which means they're almost now vintage. I'm fine sitting on these things. There's not very many of them out there. And finally, I have two of them, and finally one of them went. This Barnum's Animal Crackers tin sold for $28.80. plus priority shipping. And the interesting thing with this, it sat for a very long time No real interest. Yesterday, I picked this thing up to move it to grab those Fortnite Funko Pops. They were behind it on the shelf. Something that sat forever. Actually, the Funko Pop sat forever too. But this thing sat forever. I picked it up to move it, set it someplace else, and a couple hours later, somebody bought it full price. It happens. Weirdly, that thing happens, guys, where you touch something and then suddenly that day or within a couple of days after no activity on the thing, it sells. I don't know. It's happened to me multiple times. Has it ever happened to you? I'm kind of curious. If you've had something that was just a stale listing, it sat, you didn't change it, you didn't do anything to it, the actual listing, other than you actually touched the item and you moved the item and then suddenly it sold. I know it happens. It's a weird thing that happens. I want you to tell me down below in the comments if that's something that has happened to you before. It's happened to me, like I said, several times. This the most recent and the most, maybe the most coincidental, because I picked it up and moved it, and literally within a couple of hours, it had sold. It might have been within an hour. It was very quickly after that this thing went, and it's so random. I don't know. Thank you, eBay gods, for whatever magic you work to sell things. I got to go touch some more of my inventory now because I want to pick up these sales. I'm going to try and list stuff this weekend. We'll see if we can't get these things cranked back up. But that's what I've got for today, guys. I do sure appreciate you swinging by. And if you don't mind, hit the thumb on the way out. We're up past like 3,200 subs, so now we're pushing towards 4K. And which actually, Nita J, she got a hold of me and she got her T-shirt, the 3,000 sub giveaway. She actually used to live here in Montana for a couple years and is now down in Texas. Interestingly, I lived in Texas for many years, and now we're back here in Montana. So we just flipped. But Nita was very excited to get her T-shirt. That is on her way. It is hopefully somewhere over Colorado right now. I don't know. It's headed its way down there. But we're working our way towards 4. And so if you hit the thumbs up, that certainly helps us. Hit the bell. That'll let you know when we put new stuff up. Comment. Do all that stuff. And see you next time. Bye, guys.